Hi, friends. My name is Rachel Gerlach. I am the founder and owner of Whole Women Health, formerly Nutrition Works. And our mission is to help women have better lives. And we do this through functional health and medicine, nutrition therapy, mindset coaching, and laboratory testing. And I have to show you something today, which is the reason why weight loss is so tricky. And it's not because of the food. It's definitely a factor. Food is a factor. But I'm going to tell you something. If your emotions are driving your behavior to overeat or binge or restrict or whatever it's doing for you, if this is occurring, it doesn't matter what protocol you go on, what meal plan you assign to, what foods you eat, you have to figure out the emotional impact and the emotional drivers first. And this is what I do with my clients day in and day out. And it's why my clients are so successful in losing the weight, not just temporarily, but for good. So I need you to stay with me and follow me on this. I'm going to teach you a concept that I teach all of my clients. And then I'm going to ask you to go and implement this yourself and see for yourself if this helps you facilitate change. So here is how it goes. We have what we have traditionally assigned as positive and negative emotions in our lives. Everybody wants positive emotions. We're on this eternal quest for we should always feel good. Of course, who wants to feel terrible? Nobody. Yet when we feel terrible because we're having negative emotions, all we want to do is get out of it. We want to stop them as quickly as possible. And that is where the problem lies, is because what my clients are doing is they are using food, or they are consuming something, food, clothing, alcohol, drugs. They are doing something to try to avoid the negative emotion. And what happens is it just gets them more negativity. And I will show you how. And then they feel overwhelmed, anxious, and unfulfilled. This is why. Okay? So in life, we have positive emotions and we have negative emotions. And this is an example of a real client of mine last week. And I said to her, okay, so when you're feeling these negative emotions, give me an emotion that you seem to feel frequently. And she said, I feel lonely. That's totally normal, right? We can all associate with that. So she starts to feel lonely. I said, what do you do when you feel lonely? She's like, well, usually I go online shopping. Oh, because what does that do? Well, it temporarily takes your brain out of feeling lonely. It temporarily gets you out of the negativity, right? Because you're getting a little bit of a dopamine hit. You're getting a little boost when you look online and you start adding things to your cart. So she goes online shopping. And I say, great. So then what happens? Oh, well, then I don't feel so lonely. I said, well, then what do you feel? She's like, actually, I feel pretty guilty. I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I'm like, oh, shit. I just spent all that money. And now I have to pay off my credit card bill. And now I have to hide it from my husband because we had an agreement that I wouldn't be doing any more online shopping unless it was totally necessary. So because she felt lonely, she went online shopping. Okay. And what that did is it created another negative feeling. So we're going to put shop here. And then the feeling that she got was guilty. She had a temporary excitement from the thrill of online shopping, but the ultimate feeling she got in return was guilt. Just realize that you're all seeing that backwards. Oh, well, you're going to stay with me. So I said, okay, so it got you out of lonely, but in return, you got guilt. So then what happened? It's like, well, I felt guilty. So then I started eating. Interesting. Okay. So now to get out of guilt, you start eating off of your nutritional guidelines. Eating what? Well, I eat chips. I really like brownies. I really like ice cream. I eat all the things that give me like this quick energy hit and give my brain some excitement. So now what's happening is she's using food to get her out of feeling guilty from shopping, because she was trying to shop from getting her out of feeling lonely. So now she eats, and food isn't bad, but we're going to say eat, off protocol. And I said, well, then what happened? When you're sitting there and you're binging on your brownies and your ice cream, now what's going through your mind? So then I feel really, really disappointed in myself. What happens when you're disappointed in yourself? She drinks. You can all relate to this. Do you see how this happens in your own life? Because now it's the end of the day. She's been trying to get out of lonely. She's been trying to get out of guilt. She's trying to get out of disappointment. Because she ate off her protocol and ate foods that weren't in alignment with her weight loss plan. Like, now she's just disappointed in herself. And so, you know what? You might as well keep it going, right? And that's what she said. She's like, well, I feel like shit anyway, so I might as well keep it going. So now I'm just going to start drinking. And so now she adds on alcohol. And then she doesn't have to think about any of it, because she's a little buzzy, maybe a little drunk. And so all of this washes away. But she wakes up the next morning and she still is lonely, and she still has guilt from shopping, and she's still disappointed that she ate and binged off of her protocol. And now she feels physically sick because she's hungover. And when we're hungover, what do we want? We want fat. We want sugar. We want to sleep, right? We just want to, we want to try to feel better. And that usually doesn't involve like fresh veggies, clean water, some exercise, maybe some meditation, some breathing techniques. And so what is happening? Can you see this? All because of one negative emotion, one single negative emotion has netted her exponential negative emotion and behaviors that are all out of alignment with where she's trying to go. She's trying to lose weight. She's trying to reduce her anxiety. She's trying to have a more fulfilled, balanced, happy, vibrant life. But because the idea or the feeling of sitting in the lonely was so uncomfortable that she felt the need to get out with shopping, binge eating, and drinking, because this one feeling of being in it, she did not have the skill set to just sit in and say, well, why am I lonely? Let's fix that. It created all of this. And it tips the scales, ladies. And now your scale is imbalanced because you have negative on top of negative on top of negative on top of negative. There's not enough of the positive. And so when you come to me or you come to another practitioner or professional to help you lose weight, and what they give you is a meal plan, run. If what they tell you is to reduce your calories and exercise more, run. If they are not helping you go into what emotion is driving this action, why, and giving you the tools to create a skill set to be able to feel any negative emotion and any positive emotion and not have to respond to it and not have to get out of it with shopping or eating or drinking or drugs or gambling or sexing or whatever it is that you're doing to get out of it, fucking run. If you want real long-term success with your body composition and your health, you must work with somebody that can help you be here, that can teach you how to expand this bubble equally on this side. It's not going to be the meal plan, ladies. It will help, and it can be a temporary fix, but you have to go into the mindset coaching. You have to understand what's driving the behavior. That is the root cause, and that is what is going to get you long-term success. I would love to show you how. If this resonates and you want to stop this cycle, I offer you the opportunity to work with me. Please schedule a complimentary discovery call. We'll discuss how this looks. Maybe it's with me, might be another one of our practitioners, but we will get you out of this cycle and into a new one where you are not at the affect of life, at the affect of emotions. You can handle any emotion that comes your way. And it doesn't mean that you're going to keep eating, drinking, sexing, drugging, shopping, whatevering. You can totally handle it and you will lose the weight. I would love to work with you. Take care.